Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. Hey, guys, welcome to the Big Brother Breakdown with Joleen. That's me. I break down all things Big Brother. Right now, we are watching BB Canada Season 10. And I just noticed I have kind of a shitty signal every time I log off of my VPN. I get a shitty signal. So sorry. Hopefully it improves for you guys. If not, I have screenshots and we'll just pull those up. Let me just waiting. Smash that like. Let's set a like goal for 400. Let's get crazy. Who else has quality this crappy? Okay. It's the dang VPNs. I swear, bud. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. Okay. I'm sorry. Hopefully it will improve. I'm looking forward to it improving. Now, looks like it's off. So smash that like. Let me quit it. Let me hit it and quit it. And then I bang the drum. Okay, I quit it. So hopefully that'll work. We're going to talk all about Big Brother Canada Season 10, Episode 9. We have our notes here. There will be some spoilers too. I'll try to get through the episode before I get to the spoilers. Okay, it's blurry and it's freezing. Damn it. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see me. Let me know if it gets worse and you can't see me. And then I might have to just hop out and hop back in because the damn connection is unstable. That's what it says. I'm unstable. I'm an unstable gal. It wants me to unplug my router. I don't want to. Okay. Sorry. I'm very sorry. All right. We'll get into it. You can see me. Let me know if it gets really bad and you can't hear me. Okay. And then I'll jump out and jump back in and maybe have to restart the stream. But for now, thank you, Julie C. Thank you. You can see me. Yay. Okay. And let's pull up some screen shares because last time the pictures were very clear. It was just me that was blurry, and you guys already know how beautiful I am. So it's not like, you have to see me at all times. All right. Let's pull up a screen grab right here because this is a good one. This is the Kyle Moore screen grab. If you want to support the channel, Super Chat's a great way to do it while we're live. I also have links at the bottom of the screen for my PayPal, Patreon, Venmo, Cash App, all that loveliness. Okay. Add this to the stream. Okay. So let me know if the picture is clear. All right. So this episode, I've named it Who Flipped, because this is where everyone in the house is going to be wondering who flipped. I'm sorry, but who flipped? Okay. So we get right back into the epic blindside that we saw last episode, which was amazing, where we saw Steph going home on Kyle's HOH. Yes, they blindsided the HOH, something we really haven't seen, but we should see more of in Big Brother. We don't see a lot of it, I should say, in the US Big Brother. I feel as though I would like to see more HOH blindsides, okay? So Kyle obviously is handling this so super well. He's just like counting the numbers, 9-2, 9-2, 9-2. What am I going to do? 9-2. What do? You figure out how to play the game, Kyle. You're very bad at this game, okay? So we're just going to be silly, funny, take a comedic look at this silly TV show we love so much. Hopefully no one gets hurt feelings, okay? So Kyle and Jace have this fight in the bathroom. Now, we heard about this on the live feeds. The house guests were talking, like, I think Jess had said that they heard Kyle and Jace yelling at each other. And I'm thinking, why were they yelling at each other, these two? Well, it turns out JC Lynn is just as bad at this game as Kyle. I mean, maybe not just as bad, but at this point, she's been blindsided as well. She thinks this is some kind of conspiracy that the guys have put together to make her and one other person whom she does not know who it is look stupid. She thinks Kyle is in on this. She also thinks that her boyfriend, Gino, hot little Gino Patino. She's like, Gino's in on this too. Everybody's in on this. How dare she goes around and I don't like to be made look stupid by a man. Who does, sweetie? Who does? But it happens to the best of us. And sometimes, you just make them look stupid more and then you feel better, like Kyle Moore. Okay. But yes, JC feels stupid. She's like, I feel like blowing this up right now. And then Kyle says the first smart thing he said all game, he said, somebody already did. And that's true because you guys are on the wrong end of the vote. They hid this from you. The fact that they were able to hide this blindside, I will never get over how they were able to do that because I feel like BBUS could never, and I love BBUS, but we can't keep a secret here in the States. We got to tell everybody. And we do again have to thank Jess, the super fan, because I believe Tanisha and maybe a couple other people wanted to let Steph know because they're nice people. Canadians, nice people, but no. We don't have time for that all the time in Big Brother. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for the first super chat of the night. Hello, Joleen. Only caught the last 15 minutes of the episode. So happy for your recaps. I'm so happy you're here, Melissa, and thank you so much for that super chat. Okay, so I'm going to blow everything up. JC, there's nothing left to blow up. That's about as dumb as when Steph walked out and she was like, something's going on under people's noses in this house. No, there are 9 people who know what's going on. It's just you and the others who don't. So it's going on under your nose, okay? Then we see Herman and Gino talking, and oh my gosh, Herman did a "you can't sit with us" to Mr. Kyle because Kyle's just walking around with his hands in his chinos. He's like, God, I got this nice outfit from J. Crew. I don't know what's going on. He's in his confessional looking up to Jesus going, God, help me. Are you there? It's me, Kyle. I'm sorry I let this go to my head. But did I really, or did people just tell me a lot of stuff? Do I have, if to be sorry, do I have to really admit my fault or can I just blame everyone else? But I'm sorry. I'm kind of sorry. Okay. So Kyle is just walking around and then Herman walks past Gino or walks up to Gino, grabs him, and then little Kyle in this pink J. Crew, maybe Banana Bahublik, maybe Banana Republic. He does live in Nova Scotia. They got money, I hear. I don't know anything about Nova Scotia or he's from there, but I hear they got money. He said he lives by St. Petersburg. No. St. Andrew. No. Prince Andrew. Nope. He's gross. Is it Prince Edward Island? Okay. Because Prince Andrew doesn't deserve his own island. He's been on too many private planes. Now he just needs to go away. Okay. So Prince Edward Island, where all the rich people go. He said lots of money. He can get there anytime he wants. So he went to Banana Republic, Prince Edward Island, got his chinos. Herman walks by, got a cup of coffee. It's like another day at the car dealership for Herman. Herman's like, let's go. We got to talk to these guys. Herman is running shit right now. Gino, talk to me. And Kyle's like, me? Should I go? Should I go? And Herman's like, no, you can't sit with us. We don't wear pink ever. Okay. You wear pink on Wednesdays. You wear pink when you get blindsided. You cannot. Okay. So he just mean girled Kyle. And Kyle was like, oh, do. And he just had his hands in his pocket. Well, I meant to do that. So big deal. Okay. Do you live by the ocean where there's whales that you can see? Because I do. I talk about it on the live feeds. I go whale watching. I'm a whale watcher. Okay. That used to be a Wheel of Fortune commercial. I'm a whale watcher. And it was epic. So Herman and Gino talk. And this is where Herman says, this man slapped me in the face. He slapped me in his man face, slapped my man face in the face. There was a lot of man talk. Herman was just like, as a man, as opposed to what, a cat? I don't know. These guys sometimes when you really get a gentleman mad, and no offense to the gentlemen's, but they just got to bring up man to man or what, woman to man. Like, what does it, what is that? So if someone else did it to you, it would be better. I don't know. It just doesn't make much sense, but it always gets people really worked up, especially young guys. I feel like older guys are like, okay, man to man, whatever. Where's my social security? But other younger guys are always like, Are you questioning me as a man, questioning you as a man, saying my manness slapped your manness? You know, it's just like, oh, big dong party, okay? So Herman's like, this man slapped me in the face. I don't work for this guy. That was an awesome line by Herman, because you don't work for him. And Kyle made it seem like people worked for him during his HOH. Okay. Yes, the dethroning of Kyle, to be continued. To be continued. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Anne of Green Gables lived on Prince. Ooh, fancy pantsy. Yes, to me, BBCAN is like we went back to the 90s, and I love it. I love it too. Okay. So I don't work for this man, Herman says. And then I'm loving this conversation that Kyle's not invited to. So then JC Lynn talks to Summer. And this is when JC Lynn was like, oh, hell no. Wrong screenshot. This is when they were fighting. That was my favorite. Kyle's face is like, he says, I think I got the thing here. And they're in the bathroom. He goes, this was my HOH. I was blindsided. I didn't know what was going on. I'm sorry that you felt blindsided, but I wouldn't do that. And it's like, but you might, sir. You might. Okay. So then we have JC Lynn, who's just distraught. She's like, I can't believe my firefighter love, the hottest guy I've ever seen, with his shirt off, with his shirt on, walking around, being all quiet, but secretly Goodwill Hunting with his math skills. Holy shit, Matt Damon, would lie to me. All the cuddles, all the lifting, all the kissing, all the Spider-Man kisses. For what? For me to get played? Why did they do that to me? To me. And Summer's just like, yeah, girl, sucks. I'm actually running this game. So I don't know. She didn't say that, but she kind of is. She says, I hate being made to be an idiot by a man. Ugh, don't we all? But the minute, later on, the minute she finds out Gino's not, she's like, anyways, back to bed, time to cuddle. And Summer's just like, that must be rough, girl. Because JC Lynn's like, even Gino, I don't trust him. And Summer's like, okay, cool. And so they have this little gal sesh, which is the irony of this. I don't even know if it's irony or the beauty of this or the funniness of all this, the humor of all of this is that, JC Lynn and Gino have a relationship within the house. They have a showmance, fomance, whatever you want to call it. They are kissing, they are hugging, they are cuddling, they are loving, they are pairing up with one another. But there is this other dynamic in the house that if you're on BB Twitter and you watch the live feeds, you see that Summer and Gino have quite the chemistry between the two of them. And so there was moments, we'll get to it later, but they were holding hands today. So just the fact that these two are talking about how being played by a man while they both might be liking the same man was, ooh, yeah, so sorry about it. So sorry about it. A boot. Okay. Then JC, okay, so then Herman and Kyle talk. So Herman's like, fine, you want to talk? We can talk, Kyle. Okay, so they have a little talk. Herman, again, dressed like the boss over here. And he says to Kyle, I feel like you slapped me on the face as a man. As a man, you slapped me on the face as a man. You got power drunk, which that's a true story. Herman is 100% right. Little Kyle Moore II. He definitely got in his power feelings. He drank all the Powerade and he was feeling himself and he was messy and he didn't know what he was doing. And he was running around the house like, I put you up. Are you my friend? I'm going to put you up. And you're my friend. I'm going to put you up too because you're my friend. He was just like a little baby kid. The first time they ever got free from the gates of like the baby gate. Like, I'm going to run over here and I'm going to run over here. And now you're it. It was like playing tag on a preschool playground. He was putting all of his friends up, changing his mind every 2 seconds, and he'd poop his pants, and everyone else had to clean it up. It was a mess. When Summer says in this episode that Kyle pooped all over their games, she's right. He did. He pooped all over their games, and he won't even clean it up. He's like, you wipe me. You wipe me. Like when kids get to a certain age sometimes, and they're like, you do it. And you're like, but I know you know how to do it. You do it. You do it better. So that's what he made them do, okay? So then Kyle's just like, sir, what? Prince Edward Island? What? Nova Scotia? Who? I did what? No, I mean, I think Kyle is surprised that Herman thinks, because at this point, Kyle has no clue his game is this messy. He's thinking, well, something went on. Everyone made a big mistake this 9-2. It can't be me. Can't be anything I did. And, ooh, okay. So then Kyle goes to the DR and he has a little tear fest. And he's crying and letting out his man motions, which is fine. We all got to cry sometimes, It's like, but I get to the point like Sheryl Crow, I can't cry anymore. I can't cry anymore. But Kyle, he's like, I could cry all day. And he said, this game takes a little bit of your soul. It's merciless. Well, I think that's a little dramatic. I think when you start getting, power drunk, just like Herman said, that's when it's not necessarily the game, because the game there's nowhere in the rule book. You can check it. I have, where it says you have to put up all your allies. You have to switch your mind, change your mind 22 times before finally coming to a decision. There's no rule book that says just because you didn't like a guy or you may or may not have allegedly possibly been jealous of him when you went to Riverdale College together to study sport media, that you have to go after him and attack him. Kyle made this game very personal. He decided, he goes around the house saying, as long as I last longer than Moose, as long as Moose doesn't win this thing. What is your obsession with Moose? I get it. He picks his nose and eats his boogies. We've talked about it, okay? But other than that, what happened? Where did Moose touch you? Where did you touch Moose? Where did Moose not touch you? Something personal about this. There's something personal. So Kyle wants to blame the game that he says he knows very well, lies, and that he loves very well, lies again. Because I don't think anyone that truly loves this game would have this bad of an HOH, But again, Kyle's 23. Your brain doesn't fully develop till 25, okay? If I went on a reality show at 23, America would hate me. Because at 23, a lot of us, not all of us, there are some very evolved 23-year-olds, are know-it-alls. You feel like you know it all. You're like, I'm a 23. But then you get to 42 and you're like, oh, fudge, like you didn't know anything. 23-year-olds are like infants, you life experience wise. So I think Kyle just thought, well, I studied the game for half a year when they mistook me for the other Kyle Moore. So I got this shit on lockdown. No, sorry, little guy, you don't. So he's crying, letting his feelings out. This game's merciless. Then we go into the HOH comp. So it's a flashback to the HOH comp where Gino just Goodwill Hunting, 5320. And he was within 50 or 100 of the actual minutes of the question. How many minutes between this and this? And he was like, here you go. I want to watch Wapner. And you're just like, what is going on? How is he this? How does he know this? I mean, math is hard. It's very hard, you guys. I don't know if you know that, but it's very très difficile, as Marty would say. Okay. So Gino, they do a flashback and Gino has been studying. He pretends he hasn't been, but he's been in that kitchen. He said, I've been studying. I have been just looking. I got the spirit of Bob Barker in me, and I am studying those prices like a Barker's beauty. All right. So he has it down. Then Marty is pissed. So this is the last person Marty wanted to win the HOH after going against his guys. Marty's like, oh God, this is bad. Moose. I was hoping Moose would win it. I kissed him in the hot tub. We'll see that in the show. I was hoping, not Kyle. Kyle didn't win, but not Gino. I knew I shouldn't have went against them. So now Marty's starting to doubt his decision to not vote with his old allies. Because remember, he didn't like that Kyle got power hungry either. He veered away from them. He felt like his little ego got hurt too. The man egos, they got hurt. And they were just like, they're not talking to me enough. They're not telling me what the game plan is. Even though Marty did go to Kyle and say, put up Josh. And then Kyle put up Josh. But then Marty ends up saying Josh. I mean, it's very funny as a viewer, but as a game player, this shit is messy. Yes, Vera. Gino for Price is Right. Canada 2020. Oh my gosh. Yes, Julie says, I'm French Canadian, so maybe I get to hear more speeches. Gino is smart, maybe not game wise, but in general, yeah, Gino's very smart. He's very smart. Maybe not totally strategically game smart, but like regular smart, regular people smart. He is smart. How many times can I say smart? Smart, smart, smart. Okay. So Marty's just like, oh, I'm going to go up on the block. And what am I going to tell the hockey guys? I'm sorry. Merci beaucoup. Put me on the block. Je suis mad. Je m'appelle Marty. Ça va très mal. Ça va très mal. Like he's just not good at this point. Because they had so many other people. And did you notice during the HOH competition, JC Lynn was cheering for Betty because that's how much she believed Gino had lied to her and had flipped and not told her. So she was there like, come on, Betty. Her and Summer all in hands, and Tanisha like, let's go, Betty. You can do it. And I'm like, ooh, JC Lynn's mad. Don't make her mad, man. That was a good show. She said, I will not be made to look a fool by a dude. If that is your goal, don't get in a showmance on Big Brother, men or women, because love always makes you look like a fool at least once or twice until you whip it back into shape. Say, no more. Then the threats come and the couples therapy. You guys know how love works. Okay. So then Jess and Josh talk, and Jess thinks Gino doesn't like them. And Jess is just like, oh God, I have all these great accessories. This is just shit that Gino's going to try to put me up because it's the easy thing to do. And I have a target on my back because I was one of the first people to be put on the block by Herman, and he still has a vendetta against me. Just hard out here. I just hate it. And Josh said, let's try to get Gino to put up Kyle. And I'm thinking, oh, Dr. Josh. Anyone else just find Dr. Josh just so adorable? I totally understand why Jess is crushing on him. He is like that gay friend that you're just like, oh, maybe, when you're young, you're just like, maybe I could make him straight. Maybe. And then you realize that that's not how it works. But you're like, maybe I could do it. But he's just so cute with his little curls and stuff, and just like how he lays on the bed and just looks all like, hey, I'm Dr. Josh, and I have thick, beautiful hair, and my ears are pierced, and I'm tall, and I have nice groomed facial hair and a perfect nose, and don't even get me started on those eyebrows, Not that I've been like studying him on the feeds, but I just like, sometimes I catch myself just like watching him sleeping, which is like not creepy because that's what live feeds are for. And I'm just like, hey, little guy, what's up? And then he's just like laying there like that. And it was like, he said his tummy hurts. So today I was like, maybe he wants me to rub his tummy. And then I was like, get it together, Joleen. That's Jess's job. Okay. So, but he's very cute. All right. So Josh brings up Gino put Kyle up. And, if you don't watch the feeds, you're like, oh yeah, right. Like that's going to happen. He would never do that. That's a vote for him. That's on his side. Terry says he even sleeps attractive. I know. I sleep like this, and I'm like gasping for air. I don't know. I assume that's how I sleep. I'm not sure. I'd have to ask my husband, but I'm pretty sure that's his turn on. That's his kink. It's just like gasping for air, just like sleep apnea-y. No, I hope I don't actually, but whatever. Okay. It's too late. He already signed the paper. He's married to me. All right. So then Herman and Gino are in the Expedia room, and Herman drops some knowledge that apparently Gino wasn't aware of. And he tells him, well, that means Marty kept Josh. And Gino's like, what? What do you mean? He's like, well, that means if you think about it, Marty would have voted for Josh because JC Lynn is swearing up and down she voted she voted Josh out, and you're saying you did, and that's the two. So that would mean Marty. And he's like, oh, what? Marty? He's so old. They're just so old. Old people don't lie. Does that mean my mom and dad lie too? Like the whole house just thinks somehow, probably because Marty says, I will never tell a lie, like Abe Lincoln or some shit. But he's just like, what? And he's spinning his bottle cap around, looking all cute too. There are lots of cute dudes this season. And by lots, I mean, those two. And that's when he's like, oh, is that okay? That's when Gino's head starts spinning. Could that old, elderly, old man, that's how they make him seem like he's so old and he's not. Could that old, disheveled, elderly man who beats us at all the comps and has a six-pack really lie? Could he lie? Maybe. Okay. So then Marty and Kyle talk. And Marty said that people got to him. And Kyle's like, excuse me? Excuse me? I love Kyle's face when he's kind of like mad because he's very passive aggressively mad. So he's like, I'm sorry? I'm sorry, who? Are you, what? You're saying that, okay, and you, so you voted for Josh to stay? You voted Steph out? Marty's like, yeah, just people got in my head and I didn't like it there. And I don't normally lie and you guys were my guys, but I had to do it and I don't know. I might regret it. I'm not sure if I'm happy, but I know I deserve to go on the block and people got to me and, I'm Marty. That's me, Marty. I'm sorry. I'm Marty. Still a nice person. I felt like you didn't tell me stuff and I wasn't sure if I could trust you. Je m'appelle Marty. I got to learn more French, okay? Como t'appelles-tu? Quelle heure est-il? What time is it? It's Marty time, okay? And then Kyle says, gosh, well, now, okay, that's fine, totally fine. But now I have an axe to grind. Now I know who I'm going to put on my murder list, and it's you. It's you. I'm going to murder you in the Big Brother game. You're done, okay? I got an axe to grind. I put Josh up for you, Marty. That's weird. That's interesting. I put him up for you. For you. Okay, but sure. All right. Can you imagine breaking up with Kyle? I feel like if a lady has to break up with Kyle, oh wow, gosh, I ate all that shitty Thai food for you. You said you liked those movies with the subtitles. Did that for you? Okay, but that's fine. No, great. No, I loved spending all my money on you for you just to break up with me. So he was giving Marty those kind of vibes. Marty's like, well, I am sorry. Yeah, well, I'm still a nice guy. And then after they have their talk, Gino, Jace, and Kyle talk in the Expedia room. And this is when this threesome learns, oh, wait a minute. Oh, we can still be in love. We can still like cuddle and stuff because we both voted for Steph to stay. Okay, so it's us against the whole house then. And Marty told Kyle that he was getting played. And so they can't believe Marty flipped the three of them. And Gino said, I am relieved, okay, that JC Lynn didn't flip. He's like, I got my girl. And then JC Lynn said, we got played, boys. And then they decide that they are going to, they're going to work together. And Kyle says, final three. And I was like, ooh. And they were like, yeah. And then they shook on it. And they're going to have to say sorry because I don't know if they're going to be able to keep that together. But these two, this was definitely a moment where they were like, oh God, we just want to do our Spider-Man makeouts that they've been doing, or like cuddling, or he'll lift her. And they, lay together and they smoochy smooch. And then Kyle's just creepily in there, just looking at him like, me too, guys. And they're like, not you, Kyle, not you. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. No big deal. No big deal, because they want to get up to the HOH room so they can do a little bit of this. And then they do a little bit of this. And then they do a little bit of this. And then they do a little bit of this. Then they do a little bit of this. And then they do a little bit of that. And a little bit of that. And a little bit of that. Just real PG stuff, kind of. At one point, I think he made sure that her pants were straight in the back. I was like, oh my gosh. How sweet, 20-somethings. All right. So then Gino's HOH room revealed. This is what it is. Dirty clothes and his girlfriend, JC Lynn. And they show pictures of Gino's family. And he's got like 2 brothers and a sister and a mom and a dad and like a tiny, adorable dog I want to put in my pocket and love forever. Okay. And then the house is like, we're getting a pizza party. And this is when they turned the feeds off that night after the blind side, which totally sucked for us because this is the one that we wanted to see, you know, as super fans and as fans. This is when we want to see it, when there's a big blind side. And I want to see them drinking. And I want to see how they're going to react to this and who's going to talk and if they're going to get liquid courage. This is the best time. They got beer. They got red wine. Summer is so excited. She's like, yes, I am so happy. I am getting my red wine. Oh my gosh. It is very difficult carrying this whole season. And nobody knows because I'm so damn likable that I am calling shots. And then you see, I mean, they're just so happy at this point. They've had the most stressful week under King Kyle. King Kyle was just quite the ruler, you know, just King Harry. Was that a king? King Edward, King James. Nope, that's LeBron. He's cool. King, you know, all the bad kings. So the Sacramento Kings, like he was just very bad. Okay. The LA Kings, they're actually good sometimes, but you know what I'm saying? So everyone just needed a little bit of like liquid and not, you know, just some alcohol. They needed to relax. And we had heard, you guys. Okay, so don't tell anyone I told you this, but we had heard on the live feeds from Moose and from Herman and Gino, even though Gino didn't speak much. They were sharing stories on the feeds last weekend or last Friday or whatever, a couple days ago, of this party that we didn't get to see because they turned the feeds off. And allegedly there was lots of smoochies going on in the hot tub. And Josh felt kind of bad because Josh smooched Jess, and Jess didn't feel bad at all because they were just like waiting. You know, Jess was just like, some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this. Some people search forever for that one special kiss. And then she led with her tongue, and Josh said, nope, it's just a friendly mouth kiss. They led with their tongue. And then, so we saw a little bit of the hot tub action they were talking about, and they jumped in with their clothes on. Herman, Gino, Moose, you know, everyone's in there. They're just like hot tub, popping bubbly, rubbing the spot love, got to scream and punish me. You know, they were like big pun. I mean, look at Summer's face. And then Marty and Moose kissed, smoochy smoochers. They were like, this is so nice. We both hate Kyle. This is how bad of an HOH Kyle was. He made people who weren't even on each other's side love each other and make out. Okay? And Marty was like, I can do that. I'm a nice guy. I'm going to show the guys back home that you can kiss the man and that it is fine. And this is nice. And I like this. So, I mean, hey, I thought this was awesome. You know, I mean, okay. Get it. Get some. Marty's just like, I've had a rough week there and I miss my home and I miss my family. And, you know, it was just sweet sad and me getting no sleep and this, I need little smoochies. And so he got some smoochies and with Moose, you know, one of his favorite person in the house. I mean, I don't know if it's not his favorite person, but it's like now Kyle's 2 arch nemesis in the house are making out. That is how bad of an HOH Kyle Moore is. Okay, right? This picture is a piece of art because you just don't expect it. You're just like, look at that elderly man just being fun and making out. See, us elderly people, we're still fun, young people. We still can get some. Okay? Yes, we can. I miss my family too. I'm going to go make out with Moose and Marty and Summer and everybody. Okay. They were pretty drunk. Thank you, Jay-Z. Thank you. I loved it. I want that to be my poster in my bathroom, right, Nanya? This is a work of art. You guys are exactly right on that. And then we see a picture that Jess is going to hang over their bed. She's going to have to ask her partner, can we hang this over the bed? And the partner, Jess is with someone very open-minded. And so her partner or their partner is going to be like, sure. I mean, they grabbed Josh's face, like they're cradling Josh's face, like, and just look, the joy on their face, the joy on Jess's face is just so evident. The joy. They have been waiting for this since the moment they laid eyes on Dr. Josh. And this is, I mean, it's magic, and they did say, Moose did say, he said that Josh felt kind of bad that maybe his partner Daniel, but listen, his partner is on Twitter, seems like a rad dude. This is very innocent. He's not attracted to Jess. Jess might be attracted to him, but I don't know. I feel like his partner's going to be like, it's okay. It's okay. No big deal. We know who you're going home to. We know who you're curing with your medicine stick, Dr. Josh. No worries. All right. So they had some fun. This beat is sick. Jess wants to take a ride on Dr. Josh's disco stick, Dr. Stick. Ha! But I wish they would have shown us a little bit more. Okay. A little bit more. Yes, Jenny Lay, just sweet people got in my head. Yes. It's hard to blame Jess. I feel like their partner is going to be like, yeah. It's cool. I would have done it. I feel like anyone would have kissed Dr. Josh. It doesn't matter who you are, that's just the kind of guy he is. He's very kissable. He looks like it. Okay. So Gino starts his one-on-ones, and we see a very expedited version of Gino's one-on-ones. We know that he did meet with everyone. He did have all these questions. Do you like snow? Do you like summer? He likes summer. Anyone pick up on that? Okay. And do you like pooping with toilet paper, or do you like wiping with your hand? No, he asked the question. If you take a real greaser and you're in the bathroom, you got no clothes and you got no toilet paper because you're just pooping naked in a bathroom with nothing, what do you use? And then some people said their hand, which is disgusting. And some people said a bidet. They just created a bidet there. And then some people said the shower. Some people said a towel. I think Helena said cleaning products. She was going to pick up random cleaning, like Clorox bleach wipes, and just get in there. But in this episode, they made it seem as though Gino asked this just to throw Jess off, but he asked this to everyone. So I feel like that's a little bit much with the editing. They're trying to push that narrative, and maybe, I don't know, but he did ask everyone. It wasn't just Jess. So I feel like that's a little after the fact DR help, but to make him look like he had a strategy, but who knows? I could be wrong. Okay. It's happened once before, once in my life. Okay. And it was one day I looked in the mirror and I said, you're not fabulous. Wrong. I am. Okay. So then, Gino is just, he's talking about summer and snow stuff. He's talking about number twos. He's saying, who do you want to stay in the house? A lot of people are saying Marty, wouldn't want Marty to go. Now, Herman and some people were saying that as like strategy. And then they feel like that might have worked against them. And we will get to that. But Summer, it has a very fun relationship with most people in the house. Summer is an ideal social player. She is so likable, and so her intellect and strategy for this game is so under the radar that people can't even comprehend that she is calling shots and making moves, because she's fun and she's funny. And if you are this type of person and you go in Big Brother and you are able to play this like Summer, do it. Do it. Okay. It's not easy to do, because it's a balance that she has. And I think she's probably not going to get the credit that she deserves because it is so smooth and it's so integrated into just her natural personality and how she interacts with people. But it's great to watch. And if you know she's doing it, sometimes I even forget she's doing it. But I also think it's because she comes off genuine as well. And so she has this fun, flirty relationship with Gino where she's just like, okay, I'm going to tell you what to do. And she even on the live feeds compared herself and him to like Ika and Dimitri and that little, maybe you'll be my shield. That's never happened before, him being Greek. And so, but she just is able to, and people look to Summer. When Marty was feeling bad, he's like, I don't want mousse. I just want je suis. I am a hug from Summer. Voulez-vous coucher avec Summer hug? He just wanted Summer to hug him. Okay. And Summer is the petty queen, which, you know what I mean? Like, don't get on Summer's bad side either. And she's self-proclaimed. Okay. So Summer's like, well, maybe you want to put up Kai. Maybe you want to put up Kyle because no one wants to play with Kyle. But she says it in like a fun way. And I don't remember exactly how she said it, but in here she's like, I knew you'd forget about me, myself, and I alliance. Like they're just, playing around. But Gino might have been listening because he ends up, well, we'll get there. Okay. So Summer says Kyle pooped on everyone's game last week. No truer words have ever been said in Big Brother. Kevin shows up as his lawyer, Andrew Gross from Gina and Gina LLP. Kevin puts on a suit. He turns into a character. Kevin likes to improvise. He likes character work. He's having a good time. It's working for the rest of the house. I mean, at least Gino, he thinks it's very funny. And so they talk. And then Gino doesn't like the fact that he does say he likes winter, he likes snow, he likes cold. And Gino's like, ooh, I wanted to give you a point because Gino had a point system. He was scoring and then asking people, why do you deserve to be here? Or why do you think you deserve to be here? And then I thought, it worked because, again, Kevin, despite wanting to be this diabolical, evil mastermind, I mean, he is playing into that a little bit, but he's actually coming off as a nice person. And I think this was something fun that he could do, and also it doesn't make him look as big of a threat. And since he is liked in the house, it plays well. If Kyle had done this, it would look like a dickhead move. They'd be like, oh, what a bellend, it just wouldn't be a good look. And then we have, Jess. Jess is there, and Jess is like, you're not going to put me up. I mean, there are bigger fish to fry. There is no reason. Come on, buddy. I mean, this would be a no move for you. This would be boring city township. Let someone else take the shot. Don't waste your HOH on little old me. Use me as your spare tire. I'm a spare tire. I am a spare tire. And Gino just isn't sure about Jess because Gino sees Jess as someone who is very smart, very good at this game, and has a big target on their back. So then we get to Tanisha's one-on-one, and this is when we have the heartfelt music from BBCAN, and Tanisha tells the story of being a single mom, and I watched all these on the live feed, so there was so much more to this, and Gino seemed to really be affected. I mean, otherwise he would be like a robot. I guess he was like, oh, wow, okay. Gino was like, oh, single moms, it's a hard thing. Like giving families all that matters. I want to win this game. Who wants to win this game? I want to win this game. And I want to make it so my parents can retire. And I want to leave. He wants to leave Canada. He's talked to his brothers and sisters about it. They want to move to Greece. They want to buy property. He wants it so that his family can just be like his mom and dad, retire, stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin the workforce and take you out of the country. Okay. And so when she's talking about her daughter, She gets emotional and she's really nervous. She and Helena during their one-on-ones were very, very nervous. And she stops herself a few times during the one-on-one to be like, I'm just so nervous, And it makes sense because they just got done blindside, the HOH. And so they're nervous. And Tanisha had this feeling that she was going to go on the block. So she's worried. And the crazy part is her feelings are correct. She's definitely on Gino's radar. Gino and a lot of the house have this, they think that she's the mastermind. They think Tanisha is running shit, making moves. They think Tanisha's doing the things Summer's doing. They don't think Summer's doing it because she's so likable, she's so funny, she's so silly. But they think Tanisha's the mastermind, and Tanisha is not the mastermind. But they've all pretty much convinced themselves of that now. So there was a definite possibility that she was going to go on the block. But she shared her story and they had a nice moment. But then I'm thinking, this is kind of shitty because you're thinking of putting her up. And now you got her crying up here about being a single mom. And Gino, abort mission. Gino, leave Tanisha alone. Okay. Gino decides to take Josh to Wendy's. So he has his, Wendy's trip, which we all look forward to. And has anyone tried the new Frosty yet in real time? Because I keep thinking about it. And then we see Sarah from BBCAN 3. And I just got done watching BBCAN 3. And I love Sarah and Brittany. And I saw Brittany on Twitter. And I got really geeked out about it. And that was such a fun season. I think some people, I don't know, Canadians help me out here, but I think some people might regard it as a season where Canada was maybe too heavily involved, but I loved it because it made sure little JR or whatever his name is and Zach and that alliance couldn't just run the house. It got rid of the other Kevin. Was that his name? I don't know. I loved it. I loved when they made it seem as though Brittany and Sarah were not liked by the Canadian audience when really they were faking it, and they were made them have nots and sleeping on the floor in this room, and they're crying like, how could Canada not like us? And all of a sudden the floor opens up and rises above, and they were granted the biggest power I've ever seen in Big Brother history. I'm not talking Jeff, BB11, Diamond Power of Veto or whatever that was, take several seats. Because not only could you take yourself off the block, you could take the person next to you off the block too, and you got to pick who went up. I mean, that was huge, BBCAN 3. So I was very excited to see Sarah, but Gino had no idea who she was. She was like, she's a brunette now, but Gino didn't watch BBCAN 3. So and I'm thinking, this was such a fun season. I don't know if Canada really thinks this was a fun season, but I think it was a fun season. You guys are saying that my audio is cutting out, so hopefully it's not. Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me, you guys. But freaking StreamYard, get it together. I'm going to blame them just like Kyle blames everyone for his shitty HOH. Okay. So we see Sarah. Gino has no idea who Sarah is. My heart hurts a little because even I did more homework than Gino did for this game. Okay, you can hear me. Good. All right. So then they have their Wendy's date and cute Dr. Josh. Of course, someone probably got the spicy chicken sandwich and they were just chatting. And Gino tells Josh, you're not on my radar. And I'm like, amazing. And they just like, maybe we can work together. Maybe something can happen. Maybe, maybe we could kiss in a hot tub. And wouldn't you guys like to see that? I know I would. Okay. So then Betty and Kevin talk, and they have went from, I already hate you, don't talk to me, you don't tell me what to do, to now having nice conversations. And she says that Kevin is growing on her. And Kevin is crying a little bit. She tells him, Marty said that you'd make a good dad. Yeah, Marty was like, yeah, they're that Kevin guy, the 2A good dad, bien dado. Yeah, that's what I think. Good dad right there. Merci beaucoup. Okay, cool. And he's like, oh, thanks. And then they talk about Betty's dad, and they get a little emotional, and then they're like, all right, let's just get back to the game. So we have this like emotional break for these two, but they're getting along. They think they hate each other, or she thinks she hates him, but she can't hate him because he's actually not that bad. Yes, Kevin Martin, the real king of BBCAN. Sometimes I haven't seen his other season yet. That's on my list, but I did watch BBCAN 3, and I didn't like him in that one. So, but I have a feeling I'm going to like him in his next one. Okay. I mean, Betty's outfit coordination it's next level. I mean, it's always like this too. Style-wise, Betty, designer's kiss. Okay. She's always killing it. Then Marty's like, I know I'm going up. I know it. I just got the feeling, and I'm not gonna go talk to him. I'm not doing it. And Kevin's like, well, I mean, okay, you might know you're going up, but you should probably talk to the HOH. She's like, what's that gonna do? I'm just gonna go up. I'm not Moose. Okay, I'm just gonna take my fate. I made the wrong decision. Je suis play mal. Yeah, ça va bad. Not doing it. Okay. And Kevin's like, oh God, he really wants Marty in this game, and he wants him to be fully in it because it's a number and an ally for him. Okay. So yeah. Then Marty, just as he's saying, you know, I lied. I said a big lie, and the hockey's going to find out about it, and the pucks, and everybody's going to be real mad. And I just love Marty's accent. Have I mentioned that? It just has an adorable accent, maybe because it sounds Minnesotan to me. So yeah, I'm just going up. And Kevin's like, you're allowed to lie in this game, Marty. Okay. Your heart's maybe too big for this game. Marty's like, yeah, maybe Trey, I got a Trey big heart, very big heart. But then just as he says he's not going to talk to the hot HOH, he goes and talks to the hot HOH. Okay. And they actually have, an okay conversation, but Gino says, I'm going to put you up for optics. Everything with Gino's optics. How it looks, I need to do it. I got to do it. All right. And then Gino and Marty speak in French, but it's French English. So would that be Franglish? Like Spanglish? Franglish? They talk in Franglish. And then he's like, I'm putting you up. And Marty's like, well, you know, since day one, you've treated me with respect. You know, je suis sorry. I just made the wrong decision there, guy. It's okay. I'm going up. So he takes it, well. And then Herman says, oh, what? Marty's going up? Oh, yo. Oh, Gino's cheesed. He is cheesed off if Marty's going up. I love that Canadians say cheesed. I want that to come into the American vernacular. I guess we could just bring it in. He's so cheesed. Oh, cheesed. Kyle and Gino talk, and Kyle, in his infinite wisdom, tries to get him to put up Herman. And it's like, oh, God. And Gino has to be like, Herman's not bad for my game. It's bad for your game. Not bad for my game. Not putting Herman up. And he's like, I think you should put Herman up next to Marty. And it's like, no, Kyle, you already ruined your own game. Okay, you can't ruin everybody's game. That's not fair. So Gino decides, his hot brain says it's going to be between Tanisha, T, and Jess. And I think he was leaning toward Tanisha. And then JC Lynn comes in and they talk. And JC's like, are you sure you want to make a move like Tanisha? Maybe just go with Jess, because you don't want an HOH like Kyle's. Because Kyle's is known as the worst HOH in the history of Big Brother. I mean, that's more than she said. But really, she was just like, are you sure you don't want one like Kyle's? So then we get to the nomination ceremony, and he nominates Marty and Jess are on the block. But it doesn't end there, because he decides in his speech to tell Marty, he's like, well, Marty, I had to put you on the block because you disrespected and backstabbed me. Jess, I put you on the block because you're too well accessorized and you were put up week 1. So now you're a target forever and ever. Amen. Okay, you're smart, and I think you flipped the house, and I think, he just thinks, she's strategic and stylish, which he doesn't like in this game. Marty's mad. Marty's like, excuse me, baking powder? You didn't have to, I told you I was sorry. You didn't have to do that. And he's like, I look bad to Canada now. You said using disrespect and backstab. What are the guys back home going to think of me? And that was a big thing on the feeds. Marty was very mad. And he wasn't just mad at Gino for the speech. He was mad at Kyle. Because he's like, I know Kyle. I know he didn't say it, but I know Kyle knew about that. He knew about that speech. So Kyle came up to Marty at one point on the feeds and touched his shoulder. He was trying to do that human touch. Sorry, I effed up everyone's game. And Marty's like, don't fucking touch me. That's how he said it when he told the story to people in the house. But really, he was just like, not now, Kyle. I don't want it. Leave me alone. And Kyle's just like, oh, okay. I just, better together. I wear the better merchandise. I just thought maybe we could. Okay, cool. And he's like, no, Kyle, I don't like you. Okay, if you guys watch Summer House, Luke from Summer House from Minnesota, same as me, basically Canada. And he got really mad at 2 guys in the house. And he says, I do not like you. I don't like you. And he screamed it. And I've never felt more seen or heard in my life, because that's what I say when I don't like someone. I don't like you. And that is what Marty has essentially been telling Kyle all week. So now we have these 2 lovelies on the block. So let's get into some spoilers. Pomegranate says, I don't speak French, so any New Brunswickers, let me know if people still say that. Oh, what say what? East Coast French slides in a lot of English words and also used a lot of slang. My mom always said la char for car. It's not a real word. I love it. Oh, it's used by all French Canadians. Oh, that's hilarious. I want to be French Canadian. I think I kind of am. I took French in high school, a little bit in college, and I'm from Minnesota. I'm basically French Canadian. Oh my gosh, he is Luke. He is Luke. I don't like ya. And he likes hockey and stuff. Oh my God. And then there's a Kyle, and he got in a fight with Kyle on Summer House. So it all blends together, all these reality shows, okay? So let's get into some live feed spoilers. So spoiler alert, you guys. All right. So we have some changes that have occurred. Obviously, we have the POV, and the winner of the POV is Marty. This elderly old man has won. He won the POV and took himself off the block. Can you believe what us elderly people can do? We're amazing, you guys. We are amazing, okay? Well, your French English accent is pretty. Oh my gosh. You're almost there, Joleen. Thank you, Julie C. Thank you so much. I feel so special. Oh my gosh. So Marty wins the POV, okay? Which means 4 weeks in a row. Every week, a nominee has won the power of veto and taken themselves off the block. I mean, this is unheard of. This is amazing. This is why we need to adopt this in BBUS, that the HOH cannot play in the head of household. It's working very well. There's so many times we don't see the POV used, or we see the HOH winning it, maybe because they dominate in competitions, or because other people don't want to win it and put targets on their back or have to use it. So this way, it ups the odds that someone on the block will use it, which makes it more of an entertaining experience for those watching. And I love it. Okay, so now just Jess is on the block. So there was lots of back and forth of who is Gino going to put up next to Jess? Who is fashionable enough? Who is strategic enough to go up next to the artist known as Jess? And Tanisha was a big possibility. Like I said, a lot of people in the house, Gino, JC Lynn, Helena, more people than I thought would think Tanisha is this mastermind. I get it. Tanisha is, I mean, I think she's very smart. She's very likable. She has a lot of great qualities, but she's not this game mastermind. Okay. She's not planting seeds. They think that Tanisha is somehow working with Herman and Moose and she's calling shots. All the while, they just need to look next to her at her best friend, Summer. And Summer is the one really who's making moves and doing the things they think Tanisha is doing. So again, it's just, their perception inside the house is very different than ours because we can see the shiz, okay? So there's a chance Tanisha might go up. But then the more Gino talks to people in the house, Kyle is messing up the vibes. And vibes are important. I don't know what we did before Gen Z came along and told us about vibes, but vibes are real and it is a true thing. I don't know what we called it before, but now I only know vibes. And vibes don't lie. And the vibes are bad with Kyle in the house. The house feels yucky, and Kyle thinks this too. Kyle was on the feed talking to JC Lynn like bad vibes. It's just not good vibes. Vibes is bad. Kyle really messed up everybody's game. And so Marty, he wants to repair now that Marty has won the POV. It was always in the cards for these two star-crossed lovers, Gino and Marty, to maybe come back together. But Marty says, not with Kyle. No, je suis no. Okay? Je m'appelle no Kyle. And so he's not going to play with Kyle. Many people have said this. Obviously, Summer drops it. Helena drops it. Herman's not pro Kyle. I mean, everyone in the house just feels like, JC Lynn, even though, I don't think she was push. Well, she is pushing for it in that they're trying to revive the Honey Bunches of Oats alliance early on. And that's what I like to call it because it's more fun of a name. And I know it's a brand, but whatever. So they want to revive that alliance. They want to work with JC Lynn and Gino are now working because, again, this is a house where what is an alliance? When half the time you put your alliance members up. If someone had told me a week ago, Gino would be putting Kyle up, I'd be like, no. What? No, they're besties for the resties, So JC Lynn and Gino and Marty and Josh, and we know that Josh has previously said that he wanted to go far with Marty, but then he was in this perplexing position with Jess, who is a big friend of his and an ally, and then Marty on the block. But now with Marty taken off the block, they think they can go far with them and with Marty and Josh and Gino and JC Lynn. So Josh has become a hot commodity. That 9-2 vote, people want to play with Dr. Josh. Okay. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. So there's a movement now toward going after Kyle. And that's exactly what happened. So Kyle he has found the inability for Kyle to own his shitty gameplay. Kyle wants to blame everyone else. People were in my ear. He's went on a campaign around the house trying to explain the week to people, and everyone's in his ear, and nobody knows the pressure, and nobody had it as bad as me. And it's, it was just too much, and it's the house, and it's not me, when he just should have said, I got lost in it. I shouldn't even have won the HOH. I was so well insulated. Even talking to his number one ally. He has apologized here and there, like, I'm sorry, but it's like, everyone was in my head. It's not my fault. I'm sorry, but sport media taught me if someone tells you something, you immediately change your mind and you do what they say, even if you had a plan. But Kyle's total disregard for the people he was playing with and his alliance is coming back to bite him in the butt, because now Gino is seeing this is a fire he can't put out. This fire is smoldering that is surrounding Kyle, and it is going to take him down. So either he can keep Kyle in the game and not put him up and use him as a shield, but he just feels like him and Kyle will always be going up against each other. So what he's trying to do is win the house's favor and just go with something easy that is the house wants him gone, take him gone, and maybe we can just wipe clean, start fresh. You know, Gino talks about being in this game by himself, things like that. So I understand why Gino's doing it. So Gino does decide in the end to put Kyle on the block, and told Kyle this morning that he was backdooring him, or that he was putting him as a replacement, I should say, up on the block with Jess. And you would think Kyle, but again, Kyle, I guarantee he didn't think this was an option. So he was like, yeah, okay, I understand there, bud. Yeah, oh yeah, all right, yeah, hey, okay. He didn't have a case. He should have said, okay, Gino, I know, I'm sure the house is pushing for it, but remember, it is me, you, and Jace against the world, baby. It's just us three against the world. Like, I will rein it in. I screwed up last week and I'm sorry, but we can rebuild this. But at least we know we can trust the three of us, because we are the only three we can trust. You get rid of me, you're getting rid of a number. It's not going to wipe the slate clean. It's just going to take a number away from you. I think we can repair this by taking someone out like Betty or, you know, Tanisha or something, a number on whatever, you know, sides they keep talking about. But going after me or just putting them on the block and getting rid of Jess or something, but not putting me up. Do not put me up. I am here for you. I'm riding for you. But Kyle didn't do that. Kyle's like, oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. And handles it passive aggressively well. And then went around the house today and had meetings with people. And I couldn't listen to all of them because, again, he's not being accepting how bad his HOH was and how it put salt in so many people's games. So it's very difficult to hear him just be like, well, it was all these other people. You know, Moose, he was in sport media school with me at Rice Krispie University. And I'm just saying, okay. And then the more game he talks with Gino, he just buries himself that he's just problematic and he's unpredictable. So even though Kyle is a number for Gino, it could hurt him in the long run because the house just wants to unanimously vote Kyle out. I mean, granted, we have until Thursday, but I don't see that changing. But this is Big Brother. Expect the unexpected. But yes, Julie, I think you're exactly right. I think he's so unpredictable and it was so messy and it was emotionally traumatic for the house guests that they wouldn't, like Julie C is saying, that house wouldn't survive another Kyle. I like how you called him Kyler. Another Kyler HOH. No. So it's just like, yeah, you're making such great points. And it is making Kyle look so much worse. He's so bad, bless his heart. He's so bad. And he will see, he'll go home and he'll watch the show and he'll see. And I'm sure, again, he's 23, guys. Honestly, your brain isn't fully developed. It was great for TV, but please do not play this, Kyle, when you get home. Like you meant to do this. Like you were, oh, I wanted good TV. No, say you got, just admit that the power got to you. And you were, you know, power hungry and it all got to you and it was a lot. And you were trying to play this game for BB Twitter's favor and you crapped the bed. You should have just played how you wanted to play. You didn't know that much about the game. You'll get over it. Except my best advice for Kyle, if he goes home, I think he is at this point. But again, Thursday's a while off. It's only Monday. Take the W it'd be the loss. Take the loss. The W was getting on the show. Take the loss and just say, you know what? I do wish I could do that HOH over. I would have been a lot more straightforward with people. I wouldn't have put people I was aligned with on the block. I wouldn't have confused them. I wouldn't have talked patronizingly to people. I wouldn't have let the power get to me. It just, you know, I wish I could do it again. I can't. You know, I hope it was entertaining. Sorry it screwed up some people's games. Back into the real world you go, you know. But it is going to be interesting when he goes home and logs on to BB Twitter, because they were saying on the feeds Kevin was saying, I really hope my parents are not in BB social media. And then Kyle followed up with, it's not a platform my family needs to be exposed to. And then Dr. Josh said that his partner, he's probably in it and immersed and doing well. And he is. He's actually, Dr. Josh's partner's killing it, running his Twitter. I believe he's running his Twitter. So that is, they were predicting that. But yeah, Kyle, you don't want your family on social media, not BB social media. Ooh, not after that week. Oh, that was an epically bad week. It's something that like BB, like French dressing from BB23, he never recovered because I don't think he never had the humility about it. He always just had kind of a shitty attitude about that shitty paranoid HOH, Dr. Pepper HOH he had. And so he never really recovered, but I think Kyle can recover more than French dressing, but we'll see. Okay. Thank you, the CAC 16 for the super sticker. Appreciate you so much. Thank you. Pomegranate says, yep, be humble and have a sense of humor about it. That's how you traverse the rough terrain. Yes, have a sense of humor. Be self-deprecating. Don't be too annoying. Don't be on too much. Don't try to win favor. Let it die down a little bit, sir. And then just go, I really mucked that up, good. And then, make jokes. Future HOHs, don't believe your own hype. That's what got me in trouble. Love Kyle Moore. Because Kyle Moore is about to be, what is he, the third or the fourth Kyle to be evicted fourth? The third Kyle to be evicted fourth, I think. Because you had that weird wrestler guy from BBCAN 8, which season was cut short because Carol caused COVID. I don't know. Carol'sComedyCorner.com caused the COVID. No, she didn't, but she wanted to go home real bad. And you had that weird wrestler guy who was just, no thank you. And then you had Kyle Moore last season. Then you got Kyle Moore this season. So we've seen enough Kyles for a while. All right. So he's on the block. He's trying to do a little bit of campaigning, but it just doesn't look good. Jess, as long as they don't get too paranoid, and there are moments where they go to Josh and they're kind of paranoid, which you are on the block. And Jess is a super fan and they love this game. So I get it, but just chill a little. Don't be more annoying than Kyle, and you should be fine. Okay. Yes, damn it, Carol. Big Sissy Banana says, surprised handle his HOH. I'm telling you, he did. He really did. He's handling it very well, and he could have a little bit of recovery on this. And he started another alliance with people. With Josh, who he voted out last week. So we'll see how that goes. Again, alliance is a very loose term this season, and that's what makes it so entertaining to watch. The phone has been ringing throughout the day in the BBCAN house. And there's been different things that have happened. Jess did something you shouldn't do when you're on the block. Jess answered the phone 2 times when some people hadn't even answered it once. So every time they hear the phone ring, they will run in to try to answer it. And Jess, when you're on the block, be careful. I get why they did it, probably thinking there's some kind of safety you can get. So there's been different things that have been happening when they're answering the phones. Like, there was Herman, this is Herman's, and there were screams. And the person on the other end, I guess, was asking him questions and who screamed or what was the scream for. And one of them was like, finding out your in-laws are moving in the basement. And the other one was like, finding how much taxes you owe. And then another one was finding out you took a toozy and there's no TP. This season is very poop heavy. And then another scream was meeting my daughter's boyfriend. And then Herman said he didn't remember the 5th one. So I don't know if that was strategy or what. Josh, when he answered the phone, it was a big fan. I think the guy's name was like Dave, and he had all the house guests wave to him. And then he was going to post it on social media. When JC Lynn answered, they were asking for a John in the house, if there was a John there. Moose, there's something about a dinosaur, something about dinosaur-ing or something. Kevin's was about palm trees or something. And then On another one was whoever answered this number, that number, and the other had to do this choreography. So they had this. I made this little goodbye Kyle video. I'll play for you guys. Now he's not gone yet. There's always a chance in Big Brother. You never want to give up too quickly because you just never know. But I put together this little video. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it, but you don't really need to. But some of the house guests had to do this dance, and I put it in a black and white to some choreography. And it was in the HOH room, and I just sped it up here. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's the goodbye Kyle. So it's Tanisha, Kyle, Joleen, Herman did this dance, and they were just like clapping for them. And then I have, a compilation of Kyle. There's when he touched Marty. Marty's like, don't fucking touch me. I don't like ya. I don't like ya. Get away, Kyle. Nobody wants to talk to you. And that's when Josh was like, I'm not hugging you, which we saw in tonight's episode. And Kyle's like, yep, there we go. So they had to do this choreography dance. That was part of the phone thing. And Summer, how messy is Big Brother that they know that the fans, this is why it's always on brand and always should be, that the executive producer and host of the show, aka Arissa Cox, being a super fan, she knows what to serve us, okay, as fans, because they have Gino and Summer handcuffed together. And I thought I had a screenshot of this, knowing that the fans really want this Sino showmance to happen, even though he's technically in a showmance with JC Lynn, but Twitter likes to call her JC Penny. So, but they're handcuffed together, and let's just pull up. Where did I save this? And Gino grabbed her hand and held it, okay? And that's the kind of updates I want to bring to you guys. And I'm just trying to find it here. So they're walking down the stairs, I believe. And Gino, okay, well, first we'll pull up this one because I can only find him and JC Lynn right now. My computer's against me. So you have, let's get rid of this one. So you have these two. Maybe I saved it on my phone. Let me make sure, guys, that I have it here for you. But how messy are they? Oh, yeah, I do have it on my phone. Okay. And then I'm going to send over two things because someone had a really great tweet about this. All right. Select, and send over to my iMac. I love that Apple just has AirDrop. It's the best thing in the whole wide world. Oh, I used to have a PC with my phone, and it was just très difficile. Très difficile. I guess you guys don't have to see all of that, all of my screen stuff. But okay, so here we go. Where did this go? Went into my, okay. So here is Gino and Summer sitting in some handcuffs. So sitting in a tree, CUFFING. They're cuffing. Okay. And he grabbed her hand and he looked at her. There are so many times that Gino has given Summer a look like, I'm interested. I'm down and I'm interested. And Summer's given the look like, okay, whatever, cool. So I don't know. And then we have this epic tweet by, let me just show you here, by Brian Scally, who said, and that, kids, is how I got your dad to send home his #1 ally. Like How I Met Your Mother. How cute is that? Okay, so let me know in the chat if you guys are for this Summer Gino partnership. All right. Big Sissy says, I hate showmances, period. I like an undercover showman. It depends who it is, I guess, you know? So yeah, so they have this. I don't know why, but I think it has something to do with the phone, why they had to be handcuffed together, and how messy Big Brother is to just pick Gino and Summer of all people, knowing that that's what the internet wants. All right. Everyone is feeling, so the whole house has been put on Slop. So we haven't seen Slop. And then Big Brother Can does what Big Brother Can does. They like, house guests, you've all been very naughty. You've been talking about poo-poo and wiping your faces on the wall. Oh, wait, that's the Americans at the Capitol building, but you're still very naughty, okay? So now you're all going to go on Slop. So they went on Slop, and a lot of them are feeling the effects already. Dr. Josh has a hurt tummy. A lot of people think it's gross. They're experimenting with Slop cookies. JC Lynn cried. She doesn't like it. Gino's like, I'll love it. Gino's just like, whatever. I'm easy going. Okay. I know that tweet was amazing, wasn't it? And so most of the house is not happy. Herman's just eating it. Jess doesn't like it. Like I said, JC Lynn's like, how are we going to do savory? Ugh. But they add a lot of sweet to it, like maple syrup. Okay. You know, I saw Maddie ask that today too. Shout out to Maddie and Janet. And why does it have to be green? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's got kale in it. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yes, and T has the worst slop gas. When they were answering the phones, Tanisha ripped one, and it was a SBD, silent but deadly, and everyone, Kyle put his shirt over like this, and I was like, that's payback for your HOH week, Kyle. Interesting enough, Moose moved toward her. I'm just saying, Moose, he's an interesting guy. Okay. He's got the do. And then everyone's like, oh, Tanisha. And then Moose is like, gets right in the fart wave. So that was kind of funny to see. But yeah, Tanisha has just been, she's got the gas. So here was right after. And then Tanisha was standing here where Helena is. But then Tanisha moved next to Marty. But she's got the slop farts. And this is when Marty had answered the phone, and they just kept keeping him on hold through hold music. So that was his little thing. So what this phone thing is going to do, I'm not sure. If this is for an upcoming competition, if this is, I think Betty couldn't talk for a little bit because of the phone thing. That was like her task or what they told her on the phone. I'm not sure how this is going to play in, but Big Brother always finds a way. Oh my God, right? Bring back Fear Factor just to see Moose clear it. Moose he's not grossed out by nothing. He's like, you just fart? Let me slide in. Is that a boogie? Let me taste it. Like okay. Amber Lynn says it's protein pellets. So it is? Is that why it's green? Huh. Moose likes it ripe. Yeah, Maddie said they eat it cold, the slop. But they did make cookies. So, yes. Slop pops. I mean, I don't need slop. I really don't. Maybe I'm so jaded because in BBUS, we find so many people cheating on slop and they don't do anything. So it's like, what's the point? And at this point, there's no have-not room because there's only 2 rooms they can sleep in besides the HOH room. So that's going on the feeds. You have this phone thing happening. Everyone feeling the effects of slop, lethargic, tummy aches, some tears, lots of gas. We had a little dance choreography. Kyle's about to be backdoored. And yeah, that is pretty much what I know to be going on the BBCAN feeds, you guys. So that's the episode breakdown and a little live feed spoilers for you. Marty has saved himself. Jess seems to be safe this week. Hopefully Kyle will go. The fan in me kind of wants to see another messy Kyle HOH, even though it's high anxiety and stuff. And he's insufferable when he's talking and things. So yeah. I thought he might fall into the big brother trap of when you do so bad, then they tend to drag you along because you're always going to be a target. And you're essentially like a shield, I guess. But it looks like Gino's like, mm-mm. But I do think there's part of Kyle that thinks he's going to stay. All right. I don't know. It's Kyle. But it was a very entertaining, I will tell you this, Kyle, it was a very entertaining HOH week. You were ridiculous and you made no sense and you have no strategic talent in this game, but it was messy AF. And like I said, it wasn't as bad as French dressings. Bad. Worst BBCAN HOH I've ever seen. Second worst all North American HOH I've ever seen. Okay? Because Frenchie was just, I just couldn't even like watch him. He just wasn't watchable. Kyle, he gets on my nerves, but I can watch that mess. Frenchie's was just too cracky. It was just like, it was too, no. And Frenchie's too old to be doing that. He's in his 40s. Kyle's 23, so I'm like, oh, he's 23. Kyle is 23 and his name is Kyle. You can't expect much. You know what I mean? It's going to take a while. But and his name was Frenchie. I just can't. So I don't know how long they're going to be on Slop. I don't know if this is going to be until the end of the week. I don't know if they're off of it as now, as I haven't checked the feeds because I've been hanging out with you beautiful people. But yeah. Oh, good. I'm not the only one. Pomegranate says, yeah, I don't want Kyle to go. I want good TV. I want good TV too. And that was a mess, but it was so, when Steph came upstairs and yelled and then Moose came up and I was like screaming. My husband's like, what? I'm like, this is the worst Big Brother gameplay I've ever seen. It's amazing. Okay. Oh my gosh. I know Betty is good. Yes, Vera. I kind of think Betty will be messy enough to fill. I hope so. I would love to see a Betty HOH. Betty is unfiltered perfection. I love it. I love how unfiltered Betty is. Probably not awesome for her game, but actually it hasn't hurt her so far because people are like, well, Betty won't lie. She'll just tell you how she feels straight up. You know, she's like, Paula Abdul, straight up, now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Because I hate you, Kevin. I hate you, Kev Villain. Art by Raquel says, Kyle's HOH was entertaining. I wouldn't be mad if they kept Kyle and dumped, who's Kempire's brother? Who's Kempire's little brother? Which one is Kempire's little brother? Oh my God, am I missing something? Like Kempire from YouTube, Kempire? Big D's dream boy. I mean, between Big D and French dressing, I can't. David said Slop is just oats, protein powder, and water. Looks so much grosser. Okay, I do love me some Betty too. Oh my gosh, I love me some Betty. If Summer, Betty, and Tanisha could be final three in a perfect world, I would love that. I would love it. That would be amazing. Okay. Is honest and bad at comps. That is good for the other's endgame. That's true. That's true. Hey, Mocha Rain. Nunya says, I eat protein oatmeal on purpose, but I put raspberry jam or boysenberry syrup in it because it tastes like zombie ass on its own. Oh, zombie ass. I assume that's the worst kind of ass. Okay. The worst kind of ass. Betty is hilarious. She's freaking hilarious. And she has a good heart. And the thing about this cast is, for the most part, these house guests, you know, there was just a moment on the feeds tonight between Kevin and Dr. Josh. So Kev Villain, Dr. Josh, and Jess. And Jess, they were just sharing about their lives, and Jess was sharing that they had lost a brother. But the brother had died like as a baby. Their parents had lost the baby, and they wouldn't have been born because the parents only wanted 2 kids, but then the loss of the brother. And Kevin went and they had this like moment, and Kevin was like hugging. Let me just share this real quick. Going to hug Jess, and Jess is like, okay. And Kev Villain's like, I got to give you a hug. And Dr. Josh, I mean, it was, because Dr. Josh is a pediatrician, right? Pediatric doctor. So I could tell on his face too, not there, obviously he looks bored, but during the conversation. But then Kev Villain gives Jess a hug, and they're just like, and then Kevin Villain talked about his siblings. And so for the most part, I mean, this cast is very fun to watch and like good peeps. You know, I don't know them on the outside world, but from what I can tell. Art by Raquel says YouTube Campfire. Herman looks like he could be related to him. Now I got to pull up Campfire again because I don't see it. All right, let me see. I love Campfire, but I don't see it. Is it just because of the haircut? Okay, let's get a judgment on this. I'm gonna pull up Campire's latest video. I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to steal his content, but now I almost need to do a side by side. Also, shout out to Campire for 100K. 100K. That's freaking amazing. Oh my God. If I ever got to 100K, I would bawl my eyes out and be so exciting. Okay. So excited. All right, let's look at this real quick, and then we can put in the chat if you guys think Herman looks like our Campire. Okay, so here's Campire. All right, share screen. Let's share this. Okay, so do we agree? Or now I got to pull up a picture of Herman. I think Campire is cuter than Herman. Herman is cute though. But I think Campire is more handsome. But Herman's handsome. He's handsome. A little bit. I'm looking at, I wish I could put them up next to each other, but wait, can I? I don't know if it'll let me. Okay, let's see. So here's, can you guys see that? No? I don't think I can. Okay, so just remember, this is Campire. Okay? And then this is Herman. I mean, a little. It's a little resemblance, but it's mostly the hair. Okay. And then we have Herman. With the hair a little bit. Okay? More adorable version with his dimples. And some people are saying, nope. Her mom has those puppy dog eyes that Campire doesn't, I think. Campire's got a little puppy. Thursday too with the phone calls. Yeah, Joseph, I think so. Oh my God, you guys are so funny. But I had to look at that because I never even thought of that. But there you go. 2 handsome dudes. That's all we know. 2 handsome dudes. Mocha says, no way. They look alike. Man, you know when someone reminds you of someone? Who does? Herman reminds me of someone. And I was thinking about it today, and now I can't freaking remember. Herman's energy is so different than Campire's energy. Herman is like spastic at times. He runs around. He's just like... So, oh my gosh. But thank you for your thoughts on that, you guys. Okay, so they're both adorable men. We got that out of the way. All right, so there you go. There are your updates and spoilers. I'll be back Wednesday after the episode and Thursday after the episode. Those of you looking for 90 Day with Nana, she's coming back from vacation this week, so we'll do that later in the week. We will have a Married to Bravo Friday and get all caught up. Make sure you smash that like. And if you guys could do me a favor, please follow me on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you have. If you have all of them, follow me. I'm on all of them. If you're not already following me, I appreciate it. Smash the like if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. And if you could leave a comment after the video post, it helps me in the algorithm on YouTube. I know that's silly that you have to do that, but just give me your latest thoughts on BBCAN, on life, liberty, and the pursuit of Big Brother. Okay, just let me know all of your opinions. And I know some of you watch this later and you don't get to join in the live chat, so you like to comment as you're watching. And sometimes people are so polite, they're like, I feel like this is annoying. It's not annoying. Leave all the comments because it only helps me. This is how YouTube gauges and moves you up, is by your like ratio and your comments. I don't know. I don't make the rules. Okay. Thank you, Mocha Rain. Thank you to all my mods for, oops, I can't even highlight this. For all you do every time I go live, even when you have no idea, because I just go live whenever I want, because I am an ADHD, somewhat unorganized person. And I just, when the moment hits me, okay? But I will be live Wednesday after the episode and Thursday, so make sure the bell is smashed so that you get notified. You guys are wonderful, beautiful, and charming individuals. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night and moose, and enjoy the live feeds. And remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye. If you like what you see,